Dak Prescott is currently on pace for the best year of his career. 25 total touchdowns to just 6 interceptions, while completing 70% of his passes and having the best passer rating of his career. According to DraftKings, Prescott currently has the third best odds to win the MVP award after the conclusion of the 2023 season. And there's a good reason that he has entered the conversation, and people just love to hate it. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Let's get into it. Over the last 5 weeks, there hasn't been a quarterback playing better football than Dak Prescott. 17 passing touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. In that stretch, he has thrown for over 1,600 yards at 9 yards per attempt. At AT&T Stadium, Dak has been his best. 15 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions, leading Dallas to have home field advantage for what feels like the first time ever at AT&T Stadium. This team feels unstoppable when they play in Arlington. Since the awful loss to the 49ers in Week 5, the Cowboys as a whole seem to have changed gears completely. They are 5-1 and could easily be 6-0 if they hadn't completely lost the Eagles game on the last 2 plays. But if we use the sample size of the entire year, Dak is still completing 70% of his passes. He has 23 passing touchdowns for 2,935 yards with a 107 passer rating. Even with a few less than ideal performances, Dak is on pace for the best year of his career. When you look at his numbers and how they stack up against other quarterbacks around the league, he's at the top. He's first in passing touchdowns, 5th in passing yards, top 3 in completion percentage, and a lot more. Now, I sort of have a love-hate relationship with Pro Football Focus. I tend to ignore their grades for players, but I do like these 2 stats that they have, and that is BTT, or big time throws, and TWP, or turnover worthy plays. Now, big time throws are defined as passes with excellent ball location and timing, generally thrown further down the field and or into tighter windows. On the year, Dak has 27 big time throws, with just 5 less than he had in 2021, and there's still 6 games to play. As for turnover worthy plays, Dak has had just 7 all year long. That's the lowest turnover worthy play percentage of his entire career and the highest big time throw percentage of his career as well. Now, those stats tell me that Dak has been taking care of the ball and making good decisions without sacrificing explosive plays. The pace he has put up in the last 5 weeks is at an MVP level right now. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and say that Dak hasn't beaten anyone good. They're going to hate on the fact that none of these teams are above 500. While I agree that some of these teams have been less than impressive, throwing 17 touchdowns to 2 picks against any level of NFL defense is not something that just any quarterback does. For example, on this throw against New York, the Giants do everything right. They get pressure up the middle, coverage is pretty decent on the back end. Still, Dak steps up in the pocket and makes an absolutely beautiful throw that would have beaten just about any coverage in the league. That's an MVP throw. Another example of it not mattering which team you're playing, this throw against the Commanders, a shot down the seam that couldn't have been placed any better if you handed it to the wide receiver. Throws like that will beat good or bad teams. Throws like that have nothing to do with who you're playing. Now, I do think it's important that we note you can't just crown Dak the MVP right now. There's still a lot of football left to be played, and this stretch for the Cowboys coming up is as big as it gets. Before we continue with the video, 71% of you that watch my channel aren't subscribed, so if you could, go down there, hit that subscribe button, and join the Double Move family. Now, let's get back into the video. Here's what the Cowboys are looking at down the stretch. Seahawks at Cowboys, Eagles at Cowboys, Cowboys at Bills, Cowboys at Dolphins, Lions at Cowboys. Every team that I just listed is looking at a playoff berth. Every single one of them is over 500 from here on out. If Dak Prescott wants to win MVP, he's going to have to continue to stack impressive game after impressive game, because this is when football really starts. December and January. All of these teams that Dallas is going to be playing want good seeding in the playoffs as well. They matter just as much to those teams as it does to Dallas. But if Dak can do anything remotely similar to what he has the past few weeks, the MVP award should and will be his. If Dallas can find a way to go 5-0 or even 4-1 down this stretch, I think there's about a 90% chance that Dak comes out of the year with an MVP award. And it means that the Cowboys have a legitimate shot at making a push in the playoffs. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Should Dak be in the MVP talk, or should we just wait and see what happens over the next couple weeks? Let me know down below. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.